There we go. Tool stream elements, SeriBot. And of course, fucking takes a sweet ass time. I look at my chat on my pop up on my stream chat thing on PC. Like I want to make sure like everything is working as intended before I even before I even think about getting started. Okay, I'm going to actually even though it says like the SeriBot disabled. Okay, never mind. I was about to say like I was gonna like refresh my I was about to say like I was going to like refresh my chat stuff on PC because it still said that well, because it still showed like the visual thing of like um like the shield mode's on even though like I am live and all that. So yeah. All right. Stream info. FreeDooM. Wow, it actually has viewers. Because every time I see every time I usually see the FreeDooM category, it's like it has like 0 viewers, but it has like a certain amount of followers. And so if you heard me double there, I like checking the stream and everything on my phone to make sure all is well and everything. Speaking of all, if all is well, I do want to check Discord now and see if the bots popped up notifications. Which usually they do, but it's always that thing of like, hey, I want to, double check. Like I guess you could say I kind of like the visual confirmation on things. And yeah, if everything goes well and I actually finish this playthrough, I'll actually be changing the name of this to something else. Alright, so yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. So, as always, everyone, heyo, my fellow Romomaniacs. It's Mr. Homo Roses here, and welcome back to yet another installment of Let's Plays Live, where I stream random things at random times for various different reasons. And today I decided to do something that I said I was actually going to do on a certain day, but there's part of me that was like, well, I guess you said there's like part of me that kind of had like brain like a confliction in my brain or whatever. Because part of me was like, well, do I want to be able to try and do more of this sooner rather than later, or whatever, and it's just like, I don't know, like thoughts going through my head, and also like not really doing much of anything. So I was just like, you know what, let's give it a whirl and see what happens. So, today I'm going to be trying to hopefully do more FreeDooM, aka FreeDooM 2, to be more precise, or FreeDooM Phase 2, whatever you want to call it, because FreeDooM Phase 2 is basically like the name of the thing. Even though that the category is FreeDooM, but there is no FreeDooM Phase 2, there's only just FreeDooM. But, you know, but I mean, like, hey, it's still, you know, within the category, so, you know, take that as you will. But, yeah, we're going to be continuing more of our FreeDooM 2 playthrough with the Bork Remake mod. In case anyone's wondering, you know, this little thing right here, you know, that has the, you know, some of the information, as much as you can, you know, as much as you can get. The Bork, so this mod is basically a weapons demake mod along with some campaign stuff as well. So this is a mod that was made by Alpha Int 2. It was originally made for the likes of modern sword sports like GZ Doom, Xandronum, and I'm pretty sure like, you know, all the other little ports and everything. It was originally meant to be like a thing for the FreeDooM games, um, but it became something much bigger, I guess. And this right here is what, as you can see, it's referred to as a MBF 21 demake, where it's supposed to. I'm assuming, you know, it's supposed to like be a thing where it's like, oh, you can be able to run this on source ports that try to have like Doom be more of like the classic, you know, retro style that, you know, you have to used to. Where it's like no free looking, no jumping and crouching, you know, no modern features and things like that. You know, just classic Doom style gameplay with some new weapons, you know, to play around with and everything. So, yeah. Um, and as far as, you know, what else this thing has to offer, you can go play the Doom 2 campaign, you can play the FreeDooM 2 campaign, which I'll get into that in a little bit. And there's also a custom little Oblige campaign that was made, I guess just for the hell of it. Now, in terms of FreeDooM 2, basically FreeDooM 2 is best known by a lot of people as FreeDooM Phase 2, because there is quote unquote two phases. There's Phase 1, which is basically Ultimate FreeDooM, where it has 4 episodes, 9 levels in each, and then you have FreeDooM 2, FreeDooM Phase 2, excuse me, where basically it's a Doom 2 version of FreeDooM, where it has 32 levels and everything, just like how Doom 2 itself does. And both of these games are run on their own iWads, so you don't need like the Doom or Doom 2 port to really play around with it. I don't know for sure if you were able to get I don't know 100% for sure though if you got this version, if you got like this mod and like, you know, try to play it on PC, if you had like run it through something, but yeah, but basically like FreeDooM is known to be their own little iWad games that don't need the Doom stuff for it. Um, but basically, it's got its own levels, music, textures, you know, story and stuff like that. But in terms of this case, it's kind of like FreeDooM stuff with normal Doom enemies and some new weapons to play around with. So yeah, and we last left off on the level called Palace of Red. The reason why it says map 77 is because of how the thing functions more or less, um, and everything. And the one thing I did, I will say, like, the one thing I did find out about this mod was that apparently when you try to go to the intermission text after beating the final level of FreeDooM 2, um, the game crashes, at least on console. Like, I don't know if it crashes on like, you know, other, you know, platforms or whatever. I didn't really test it because, you know, I usually just play the Doom plus Doom 2 port, or Doom Kex port, whatever you want to call it, on PlayStation. So, alright, yeah, so we're a little bit iffy on health because it's been kind of getting to that point where now things are starting to get a little bit hectic and more monsters and stuff are coming out of the woodworks. So, yeah. And I will say this too, and I'm gonna kind of like, to sort of spoil it per se, but the final level of FreeDooM 2 is basically like another version of an Icon of Sin fight. So I am going to be using cheats for that, but everything else, I'm going to try and play as normal as much as possible, unless by the time I'll get like really, really annoyed, and I'm just like, you know what, I want, just to move on and hopefully finish it, so, yeah. And one last thing is that I never really fully played FreeDooM 2, only played Phase 1, aka Ultimate FreeDooM, because I played it once on PC when I was doing it with the Edge Classic Source port, because unfortunately, trying to play on other source ports was a bit of a hassle. And the second time I played it was when I found a version of it on this port. Okay. Quick save it there. That's where it came from. I'm trying to deduce the location of that sound. Because part of me thinks that it's coming in the direction where the blue door's at, but I know I can't bother to go through there yet because I don't have the blue key. Okay. So I want to save that for right now because that is the big med kit. Alright, these are stim packs. So gonna try and keep them for now. I was like, how you not dead? But yeah, so to kind of give a bit of a brief rundown on things. Even though like I don't have the BFG, but I'm gonna just kind of just do a little quick showcase type thing. But this is how the fist work in this mod. The Widowmaker is which is what we just picked up. Even like I had it, I already got it, but this is the chainsaw replacement. It uses ammo. It uses bullet ammo. I think it uses like 10 rounds of your bullet ammo. This is the pistol replacement. I like to think of it as kind of like like an assault rifle. Unlike normal, the one thing about this weapon is under different circumstances you would normally be holding down the fire button to use this, but this is actually one of those things where where it's basically just a thing of tapping your attack key, and this along with the chain gun replacement has what is called a fake reload, where it's like every time like you finish firing your weapon, it does it basically does like a fake reload animation. I guess kind of have like that little flashy type feel. There's the shotgun. I think it's called a Winchester. Kind of makes me think of an old school type Western type stuff. This here is the super shotgun. Don't know it by name, but it's basically the SSG. This is the chain gun replacement. Even though it looks like it has a scope, you can't really use it, at least in this port. Rocket launcher, I think it's pretty obvious. And then we have this, which is the plasma rifle replacement. It kind of looks like it's kind of like a mix. It's kind of like a high-tech chain gun type thing, but but the barrels themselves are different. And sometimes I have the unfortunate mishap of randomly hitting my attack key because my controller, I guess, is somewhat sensitive. So, yeah. Hold on, give me a sec. Okay. Yeah, I had like an inch behind. I had an inch in my ear, and then in my ears, and also was kind of like trying to sort of adjust my headset a little bit. Wow. Doing so good on health, now I'm back down to, hold on, I'm curious about something. Hey, Nook Nook, how are you doing? Nice, nice. Always good to hear stuff like that. Yeah, I don't know why. It's like I was looking at that. And I was like just looking at the like the placement and everything like that. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm getting sigil vibes. It's like I'm getting sigil vibes where it's like, oh, you have to shoot this eye and you'll get like a, you know, it'll be able to open something or like, you know, raise something. Let me see something. Said it once, I'll say it again. You see a pain elemental, make it your #1 priority target. Otherwise, then it's gonna just keep spitting out lost souls. And thankfully, it's not the Doom 64 version. Ah! I couldn't fucking move. Okay, so we know there's an arch vial here. Okay. Blue key in hand. If I actually knew that a bit sooner, I probably would have actually used the invulnerability on the arch vial. But it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's really fine. It's so fine. It makes me want to ride. Alright. The question of the day is, what exactly did that do? Sorry, I had a bit of a spot I needed to scratch. Like the old saying, it's like, I got something, so I need to scratch. Okay. Save that for now. Awesome. Hopefully, as long as you're having fun. Okay, there's the yellow key. Oh, I see. I think I see like what I didn't really notice it until that just happened, but like I'm now noticing that like like I'm not noticing that like there's like if there's like what 4 buttons, and if you choose the wrong one you could possibly kind of get crushed. Yeah, that thing to get some more ammo. Oh. That controller. It's like, I would love to get that fucking soul sphere here, but I don't know exactly how the fuck to do it. Cause I was kind of like randomly thinking, it's like, oh, maybe there's like a secret button, like one of these buttons, lowers the damn thing or something. Wow. Wow, like I'm trying to check stuff on my PC side and things, and it's like, so it's like I click like one thing, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, like, you know, it's like, oh, like, you know, go freeze your browser and make it not respond and like and everything, and it's just like, come on, bruh, come on. Like I'm not. It's like another thing I have to say that you know kind of. I'm gonna kind of give like a what grinds my gears type of type of thing, but if there's one thing that grinds my gears, it's when you know you clicked on something and it's like you know you hard clicked it, but it doesn't act, but it doesn't do the thing properly like you want it to. So it's like you're waiting for it and everything, and it's like, oh, well, I have to go back and click it again because you know I didn't want to register because like you know my clicks didn't register. You know, it's so fucking stupid. You know, like say like for example, you know, like I wanted to you know, like I wanted to you know boot up something on my PC, like you know, I wanted to boot up a game to play, and then it's like, oh, and all of a sudden like it's around me to be like, oh, you know, do you want to rename this thing? You know, like it has like you know the name of the thing that you clicked on, you know, it has like all highlighted in blue, like you wanted to rename it, but in reality you just wanted to click play on the thing. And yeah, and also just in case if anyone's wondering like why I randomly like will strafe to the right, unfortunately I have a bit of controller drift. My left control stick is for some reason giving me controller drift every now and then. And it genuinely pisses me off. It feels like it's gonna end up getting me killed. Hold on. Ow. Ow. Again, like it goes back to where it's like I'm in such good health. And the next thing I know, I'm down like in the 50s. That should not have been a hit, but okay. Okay, I see the red key. Pretty sure I'm gonna get greeted by a lot of enemies. I'm greeted with flying red tomatoes. Ew. Rocket launcher. I didn't mean to do it like so damn close. Can I not get hit, please? Like, please and thank you and please. Got pretty lucky there. Alright, let's see. Two-step process, I guess. Ow! bastards. Okay. Got that one there. Woo, that was close. Okay. And didn't really feel like wasting my... I didn't really feel like wasting my fucking rockets on Hell Knights. Okay. I didn't mean to get that. Kind of like just thinking to myself, it's like how much these Hell Knights are going to be about. Like how much of these Hell Knights are going to be a bother? A bother, I tell you, a bother. Alright, okay, we'll just go moving on straight through. I don't know if I like this. Okay, so I'm having to hit buttons galore. Now I could not build to move. Why do I feel like there's gonna be like a big boss battle? Like, oh, I know why Gozer technically is. Oh, come on! I literally dodged that, and somehow, I went from, hold on. So, I think I think like, I think I had like an unfortunate situation happen to me. I literally was at, like almost like 200 health, and I got one shot by a rocket. Ow. And I got literally like one shot by a rocket. So let me try and explain things as best as I can. So, I believe there's this little thing. I think it's called like the block map bug or something like that. Where it's like, I think like I think like if you're on like a certain point or something like that, um, then you get like then you or your whatever you're trying to kill takes like more damage than what the initial thing's supposed to do. And I think in my case I think in my case what happened was, as I was trying to get into a teleporter, I went from almost like almost like 200 health down to 0 and one fucking rocket hit. But I'll have to kind of like review the footage probably like after stream or something. Alright, anyway. So, map 78. Rim Redoubt. Okay. Blue, red, blue, yellow. Okay, so well, I'll have to definitely find some keys, and if I can get the red key, then I can be able to open up the exit. Okay, can't open that by normal means. Ow! That hurt like a dickens. Okay, red floor does not hurt, thankfully. It does not provide an owie. Okay, that takes me to the outside area. I feel like I'm having to go down to the pits. Okay, did that, pull it down. Ow. Okay, unfortunately it seems like it did not lower down the blue key. Like I was hoping. Yeah! Ow, ow, ow! That's none of that's supposed to be hitting me. It's supposed to be, moving and dodging. Okay. Like, okay. Okay, that lowers down. Okay. Okay. Now we're in the blue section. Fake wall, huh? Actually, I'm going to be right back, so I'm going to blue screen you guys, and I'm also going to mute my mic, so yeah. Okay, I am back. Sorry, it took me a little longer than, thank you. It took me a little longer than I anticipated because I basically went to go use the restroom and, grabbed me a soda to drink, and then my grandpa wanted to call for my mother for some reason, even though, like, she was asleep. I guess, I don't know why, I don't know what the deal is, but it's like, my grandpa was like, get your mother. I was like, she's asleep, and get your stepdad. It's like, he's gone, so I don't know. But anyway. Okay. Hmm. That's right, little man, yourselves, and ow. I can't speak. Oh, you son of a bitch. Of course. Ow! I hate when revenants can be able to somehow do homing rockets when they're not supposed to. At least in my opinion, when they shouldn't be able to. Okay. Let's look. I was thinking it was like a few buttons. I was thinking to myself, I was like, there might be like a few buttons that I'm supposed to hit. There's one right there. Right there. Still can't get that open. Or can't get to that. Just for science. Okay. Okay, that's the death pet. That's his pit of death, as they say. Enemy in the fire. I hate Revenants. They're right here. Lovely. Ow, 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 ow. It really does feel so annoying when it's like you pump, like you have you use your SSG weapon on the Lost Soul and somehow like it doesn't kill him in one shot. And it's like, yeah, it's like regular shotgun and classic Doom I can kind of get. Yeah, but Doom 2 is, Doom, the super shotgun's supposed to be that thing. It's like, oh, you get that, and you can be able to kill like the Lost Souls in one good hit. But if these were the Lost Souls from Doom 64, then things would be a little bit different. Because with Doom 64 Lost Souls, even though they are a bit more aggressive than the OGs, they do go down a bit quicker, especially with just a regular shotgun blast. Ow. For once I think I'm taking slow and steady. Okay, don't go that way because it's full of enemies. I need to figure out how the fuck I'm gonna get back up. I cannot fucking see! Like, literally cannot fucking see. And I had, like, I was... Like I said, I really wish I had the fucking BFG right now. I need BFG. You know, like I really need BFG to like, clear this shit out. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna cheat. You know what I'm saying? Fuck that area. At most. Hello. Okay. Yellow area. I mean fire. This looks like gonna be like a boss type thing. I'm not sure what the game is wanting me to do. Like, what you want me to do, game? You're putting me in an area. I can't go in there because... Come on. Ow. Stop moving, controller. Okay, this is what I was wanting to get. I need the fire weapon. Again, that's fucking sensitivity of the controller, I guess. No, you're not doing that. I fucking refuse. Yeah. Like, I'm all this way to get fucking screwed out of something like that. Melting point. You know what? Like, do I want to really do this? We got party over here. Let me down, please. Ow. You know what? No. I kinda refuse. So, yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to just, I'm going to just fucking cheat to do this, and then I'm going to show off the final level per se, and then go from there. So yeah, basically from what I've seen from this level, this is basically like another Icon of Sin fight, but things work a little bit differently. I'm gonna, just do some cheats to kind of show you what happens. Basically, what happens is go down here, hit some buttons, do a little bit of like platform raising. essentially you got this little area right here, this little bridge, elevator thing right here, and what you do is just you get on that and you try and level yourself to you try and level yourself to the bottom frame. Okay. Everyone's do that, so that way I don't have to deal with any like demos planned. Okay. So this is what I'm probably gonna do for right now. I'm going to technically say that I have beaten FreeDooM 2. So yeah, I'm gonna say I've technically beaten FreeDooM 2. I might look into this. I might look into that level, the other level, on my downtime. But for right now, I'm going to say that I'm going to say technically that that I've beaten FreeDooM 2, so this is going to be technically the end of the playthrough. And I know first off, I want to kind of like start off by saying like I apologize if like I kind of been if there might have been like some people who might have been like feel like they were led on where it's like, oh, this is gonna be it, this is gonna be it if Rumble's the FreeDooM 2 playthrough and everything like that, and all of a sudden it's like and all of a sudden it's like, oh, like he ends it here, ends it there, but stuff like that. Now, I'm not saying that, and I'm just kind of this is gonna be kind of like like a little my 2 cents and everything, but I'm not saying that FreeDooM 2 is bad. I'm not saying that the weapons in this Blork demake mod are bad. I just don't really know. I don't know how to really explain it per se. It's like again, like like the levels aren't bad. But I would say like it definitely would be more interesting if it somehow was able to be done co-op. Even though like I doubt I'm gonna be able to really have the ability to do that with anybody, because I don't really know anybody that has. I don't really know much of people that have Doom 2 port, let alone would be down to somehow play the thing with me. But yeah, like the FreeDooM 2 was pretty interesting. The levels themselves, they definitely they definitely have like a lot going for it, and at least and even though like I might have like cheated through like some of them, even like wasn't much, but just like little bits and pieces, but it's quite the experience nonetheless to experience what it was like to play FreeDooM 2 for the first time and everything. And probably, this might be a probably, but probably somewhere down the line, I may or may not do another playthrough of FreeDooM 2, but I'll probably try and do it with on the normal circumstances. Meaning I won't be using this mod unless for, at least for like the probably like the possible solo playthrough. Um, but I'm gonna try and keep this mod for now. Like I said, I might check out I might do like a little like free run type thing, just like like having like God mode on and just seeing what the level that one level is like in particular. If I feel down for it, then I may make like I may probably like make like a little I may make like a little random video that I might like record them on PS4 and then do some slight editing and then upload it to YouTube. So just kind of put that randomly put that out there. But yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed the series and everything like that. And again, I do apologize, if things are a little bit like here, there, and everywhere with with the series. But yeah. Excuse me. kind of looking to see I might if there's anyone I might be wanting to try and raid at most. Hmm. Check the Elden Ring side of things. Hell, hell of a name that this person's got. Monologue underscore entertainment. Um, yeah, we might see if we can raid into them at most or something. They haven't been live for that long either, so. But yeah, besides all that though, um, I may or may not do another random Doom stream, a Doom mod playthrough thing on my Shoot 'em Up Saturday stream for next Saturday. Um, but we'll see. Because I know that like right now that the last the other thing that I had going was Pirate Doom 2, but I also know I have like a lot of other I do know like I have a lot of other mods and stuff that I want to try to maybe play around with as well. Because I noticed not too long ago that the Wolfendoom that some Wolfendoom mods had been uploaded. And I kind of want to try and play that on stream. But I know I'm gonna have to probably like maybe like like unsub from some mods, maybe make some room and all that. But I guess you could say it's kind of like one of those cross those bridges when we come to it type situation. Because I know next to win, I would be able to really play those Wolfendoom mods. But I believe though I do have them saved as I do have I do believe I have them I do believe I have them bookmarked on the Bethesda website page thing for Doom Post Doom 2. Are you gonna fucking put in the thing, or am I gonna have to fucking wait for God knows how long for the fucking browser to to act straight, act normal? But yeah, like I said, like I might I might kind of like for like play around with that one level on my downtime and see what it's like, and then I'll try and maybe like possibly do like a video of it or something like that. It might possibly be non-commentated, on everything. But we'll see what happens. like, I hit the raid thing. I had to go back to my fucking PS4 channel to see if it actually, went through. Alright, /raid. Alright. MO. Alright, so I don't know for sure if we're going to be able to actually, raid into this person. I don't know him at all. But, like, I like being able to try and raid people after my streams. Whether it be during my normal time frame or just like some sort of random stream that I decide to do. And if there's the possibility of finding out that that they haven't been live for that long, then sometimes like maybe try like to pop in and be one of the first, if not one of the early raids at most. So but yeah, before I initiate the raid, I'm going to try and clear the chat because it technically helps to per se speed up the process. Let's see if we can do this. Hello? Such fucking invalid username. Oh my god, dude. MONO. Mono. LOG. Hold on. LOGUE. Oh, I think I know why. Alright, 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 everything set up, so we're going to do this raid. So I will see you guys hopefully in the next video or live stream, but until then, as always, please take care of yourselves and have a good week or weekend.